Hello everyone, welcome back to Over Easy. My name is Manny in case you are new here, or welcome back. Hello my friends, I hope you are doing well and I hope you're having a great week or a great start to the week. Let's just jump into a rosebud and thorn. Let me think. So my rose is that it is absolutely gorgeous weather out. It's so sunny and just very nice that I think after I record my podcast, I'm going to go and chill outside for a bit, do a bit of reading because it's the weekend for me. It's Thursday afternoon and I don't have any classes on Friday. So technically my weekend starts now and I can just relax for a little bit. Very excited. My bud is that I am looking forward to my 22nd birthday because my birthday is coming up on April 2nd and it seems a little far away. I mean, it's still like a month away, but it was my 1 month until my birthday yesterday and I've kind of just been thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm turning 22. That's crazy. I'm very excited for it though, especially with all the plans that I've been making, not for my birthday, but just like for 22. I'm so super excited. Also, like my birthday is always my favorite time of the year. Like literally my birthday is my favorite holiday and it's always just been one of my favorite days of the year. So my birthday is April 2nd. Sorry about that. My birthday is April 2nd. So just mark that in your calendars if you would like. My thorn is that, let me think. My thorn is that my fitness class got canceled this afternoon, which is kind of a bummer. And I don't think I'm going to go to the gym because I just don't really want to. But yeah, I always look forward to fitness classes just because I love the instructors and the vibe of the classes and just how much I break a sweat. But it got canceled for some reason. I'm not sure why and I'm not going to go anymore. But I think it's a blessing in disguise because now I get to enjoy the beautiful afternoon outside. So that's my rosebud and thorn. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are having a lovely March so far. Honestly, the vibes in March are so good right now. Don't know. It's just really good. But I wanted to talk about today's episode. I'm super excited about it. I've been seeing this trend on TikTok where people are listing out their top three places, top 3 people, top 3 apps, top 3 songs, whatever it is. And it is honestly super cute and I really like getting to know people, even if they're like people I don't know. I love like looking at people and seeing what their favorite things are, understanding what makes them and what they like. So I figured I would do like a podcast version of that trend because I love talking about things I love and I feel like my favorites change all the time. So it'll be a good snapshot to see what I am loving right now. So let's get started. My first category that I'm going to be talking about are my top 3 drinks. Now, I do love a lot of different types of drinks and I have a lot of obsessions with drinks. I usually also though like really like water. So water is always like a favorite no matter what time of year it is. But let me go over some drinks that I've been obsessing over recently. These are also not in any particular order. I can't bear myself to pick an order within the top 3. Picking a top 3 was already quite difficult. So for everything today, nothing is in order. I'm just going to talk about it. So my first favorite is orange juice, and specifically the orange juice from Whole Foods. Whole Foods freshly squeezed orange juice is so freaking delicious. And it has changed my life. So I wanted to tell a little story because I was thinking about this on the way back from school today. And my whole life, I've never really liked orange juice. I've always been like people ask like, oh, do you like apple juice or orange juice? I've always been an apple juice type of girl. And I think it was because I got traumatized by orange juice early on in my life. I always remember like when I was little, when I was a kid and my family would go to McDonald's, which was like far and few between. I would always get orange juice as a part of my Happy Meal at McDonald's. But the thing is, the orange juice at McDonald's made my stomach hurt every single time. And it made me have like really, really bad poops afterward. It was so bad all the time. And it was like every single time without a doubt. So I think from then on, I just didn't like orange juice as much because it was a little bit traumatizing. But recently, when I have been shopping at Whole Foods, I've been shopping at Whole Foods a little bit more recently. I decided to get the orange juice, and it was just so good because it was freshly squeezed. There's a little bit of pulp inside, and it's just like a very refreshing drink. I feel like it's also because it's freshly squeezed. Like, I barely see freshly squeezed apple juice for sale, but freshly squeezed orange juice is such a vibe. It just like feels like summer, you know, it's so refreshing and cool and just like good with anything. So really been loving orange juice. My second obsession with drinks is kombucha. And I've actually been trying out a lot of different kombucha flavors when I go to the grocery store. You know, people say like kombucha is good for you with like the bacteria and for your gut and whatever. Honestly, I don't pay attention that much to the kombucha, like that part of it. I just like how it tastes. But I recently have tried, I can't remember exactly now, but it was a blueberry and rose kombucha, and I really, really liked that one. I've also tried, there was one I really didn't like, which is like a mint kombucha. It was not good. It tasted like extreme toothpaste. But typically, I really enjoy the fruity types of kombucha. They're really, really good, and I like to have it at lunch. And yeah, it's one of my favorite drinks. My last favorite drink recently has been an almond milk latte from my favorite cafe. I've always been into coffee. I think recently I haven't been into it as much because I've been trying to not order from Starbucks as much recently. But an almond milk latte, I go to this cafe near my house every single Saturday morning and I get an almond milk latte, and it is just so good. And I think it's also like the experience that comes with the latte, but the coffee itself is good, the vibes are good, and I just have a good time when I drink my almond milk latte. So I think that's why I like it so much. Yeah, those are my top 3 favorite drinks right now. I usually am not like super into drinks. I haven't been for my entire life almost, but recently I've been just having more fun with at the grocery store buying drinks and stuff. So those are my favorite drinks. Okay, next category is going to be makeup, because I too have been in a makeup phase recently. So my top 3 favorites for makeup, yesterday. I literally bought this product yesterday and it's one of my favorites, so I think you can probably tell how much I like it. Yesterday I went to the store and I bought a Stila double tipped eyeliner. So recently when I was in my I am in my makeup phase. Recently, I've been loving wearing brown eyeliner because I just think it's a little less harsh than black and it just looks good, I think. I've gotten a lot better at doing my eyeliner. I used to be really bad at it, but I bought this one from NYX from the drugstore just to try it out to see if I would like it, and I ended up really liking the look of brown eyeliner, but the problem was the NYX brown eyeliner is a brush tip, so it's really hard to control when you draw it on your eyes. And also, if I put the cap on the eyeliner poorly, then the brushes, like all the brush ends go everywhere and it just messes up the brush tip. So I was like kind of sick of it, and I went back to the drugstore a couple days ago and I bought this one from Stila. So it has 2 tips. One side is like a regular felt tip eyeliner, and then the second side is also a felt tip eyeliner, but the tip is just a lot smaller, like very, very, very small, so that it's very precise, and I absolutely love it. The color is dark brown, and it's a little tiny bit too dark for my liking. I would like if it was a little lighter, but honestly, I don't mind because the product is great, and I've been having a good time with it. It was a little pricey though. The Stila eyeliner was like $30-something, so yeah. My second favorite recently has been the mascara that I've been using. It's the They're Real Magnetic Mascara. So the They're Real has been like a line of benefits for a very long time, but I think last year, maybe, they decided to make a magnetic version, and I only recently opened mine, and I've been really liking it. I also use it with the Benefit Tinted Primer Mascara. So first I'll put on a coat of the primer on my lashes, and that just lengthens my lashes a lot. And then afterwards, I'll put on a couple coats of the actual mascara, and the actual mascara makes my lashes look a lot thicker and more volume, whereas the primer adds the length and stuff and doesn't make it look too clumpy. So I've been really liking that lash combo. I've just been really liking wearing makeup in general. as I have talked about in many, many podcast episodes, my last makeup favorite is the NARS Creamy Blush. The NARS Cream Blush. It's like in a stick form that kind of looks like a glue stick, and I got the shade Orgasm, the most popular shade of NARS's blush. I feel like everyone obsesses over it. Someone recommended it on their podcast, and I decided to buy it because Shoppers was having a good makeup deal. And I do really like it. It's like kind of sparkly and also the perfect shade of pink. I haven't just been using it on my cheeks. I've also used it on my lid for eyeshadow and just like anywhere that I like. Just because, like, you know, when you wear a mask, most of your face is covered anyway. So I really usually only do my eye makeup most of the time. But yeah, I've been really liking that product. It's very natural looking and just adds like a little nice rosy touch, which is very cute. Those are my favorite makeup products as of late. My next one is my favorite podcasts. So I've been a podcast girly for a while. Obviously, because I have my own podcast, I do love listening to podcasts and just having it on. Recently, I've noticed that I'm very sick of listening to music, and I think it's because like I haven't really discovered any new songs. So all the songs that I'm listening to, I've listened to like millions of times. So I've just been listening to podcasts instead, just because I don't like listening to music that much anymore. My first favorite podcast is Anything Goes by Emma Chamberlain. I mean, I'm sure everyone listens to it, but it's like the perfect balance of Emma talks a lot, but then also like gets you to think about the things that she's talking about. Because she does talk about a lot of deep topics on her podcast, I feel like a lot of times when I'm driving or I'm at the gym and I'm listening to her podcast, I'm thinking about the things that she's talking about. And she's quite insightful, I would say. She's definitely very wise, and I really like her advice and what she has to say about certain topics. She is a real trendsetter. I feel like anything she does turns into a trend. So I'm glad that she has such unique thoughts that kind of differentiates her from other creators in the space. My second podcast that I love, I kind of put these two together. They are Wild Till 9 and Pretty Basic. Wild Till 9 is by Laura DIY and her boyfriend, and then Pretty Basic is by Alicia Marie and Remy Cruz. I mean, I've been fans of those women since I was a kid, pretty much, and I've watched them growing up, so they have like a special place in my heart. I don't think I'll ever stop watching them. I just really like their podcast because they talk about a lot of I mean this in the nicest way possible, they talk about a lot of pointless things in that you don't have to listen very hard, and it just feels like you're just chatting with friends. So if there's a time where, I just want to kind of turn my brain off, but I want to listen to something, then those are the podcasts that I'll usually listen to, because you don't have to listen super intently. And if you skip a couple seconds or if you miss it because you're doing something else, it's okay, because they're just talking about a bunch of different stuff. So I love those podcasts. It makes you feel like you're really in the room with them, and just really proud of how their podcasts have turned out over the years. My last favorite podcast recently is In Bloom by Abby Aslin. I think I recently talked about this podcast as well. I really love Abby Aslin. I've been watching her for a couple years, ever since she was a college student, and then she became a master's student, and now she's working in corporate America. But her podcast kind of talks about, I think I more recently really like it because it talks about her life balance with working in corporate America and also being a YouTuber and also just being an adult. And I think that's super interesting, especially because I'm kind of a couple steps behind her and watching her and then kind of living my life too. So I think that's really interesting. I really like hearing about her opinions about her routine, her lifestyle, and what work is like. And honestly though, her podcast makes me not want to work in corporate America or just corporate at all, because it just does not seem like an appealing lifestyle to me. But those are my top podcasts as of right now. Let us continue into my favorite apps. So I don't like this, but my favorite app right now is TikTok. I have been having a lot more fun on TikTok with creating content and just also consuming content. I feel like TikTok is a great place because some of my smallest ideas can still turn into real projects, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that is on YouTube, if I have an idea for a video, but it's not fleshed out enough and it doesn't have enough content to it, I can't really realistically make it its own video. But on TikTok, you can, because of the way TikTok is and also the length of videos and just the style that everyone has on TikTok. Even your smallest things, like you can film for like 15 minutes in the morning and make that a TikTok video. Whereas on YouTube, I feel like there's a lot more planning that goes on behind it. And this is just my opinion, but this is like what I like to say to myself. You know, there's a lot more planning behind YouTube, and it's a lot like more long form content, and it's about, you know, the connection to the creator versus on TikTok. Like, I feel like you don't have such a close connection with the creator. You definitely do with some, but I wouldn't say it's comparable to YouTube for sure. But I've been really enjoying TikTok and having a lot of fun with it. You know, just like the sounds. Also, being able to use copyrighted songs on TikTok is like the best thing ever. Being able to use the songs, like making videos, montages, all this stuff has been super fun. My second favorite app, this is weird. My second favorite app is my Photos app. I've been taking a lot more photos and videos recently just because of like making TikToks and stuff, but also just like to keep as a memory. And I've been really liking looking back on those photos and videos and just remembering those moments, some of my favorite moments. And it's been very fun to look at them again. I feel like, yeah, I have a really, really bad memory. So if I don't take pictures of things, I won't remember them at all. So taking videos and photos has been really nice this past month. I don't have a third app listed. Let me see. I'll tell you one that I have not been liking though, an app. I have not really been liking Instagram. I feel like Instagram has kind of died down and just been a little more pointless, I guess. It's just like the algorithm's not great on Instagram, and also just like watching stories is just so draining. I feel like because Instagram is, let me show you a spectrum. The spectrum is, on one end is like people are very vulnerable and open about their life, and then the other end is people are not vulnerable at all. On one end where people are vulnerable, I would say is TikTok. People are pretty vulnerable about their situations, whatever happens to them in their life, and also YouTube. And Instagram is on the other end of it. Instagram is like people just post their highlight reels and post that their life is perfect, and that's what I absolutely hate about Instagram. It's just so annoying to like constantly see that people's life is perfect when, you know, everyone has struggles and everyone goes through something. So I haven't really been enjoying Instagram. I've been trying to post more, but honestly it's like I don't even know what to post and what is there to do. I don't also do much, so that's fine. I've been posting on TikTok a lot and YouTube, so that's fine. Okay. Next up, I have my top 3 favorite places. The first one that I wrote is my room. I have been loving my room a lot recently. I've always loved my room, but I feel like just more recently I've been loving like being at home and staying in my room. Not in like a antisocial kind of way, but in a my room is very comforting and I really, really like this place kind of way. I've been really liking it, and I feel like I'm just looking at my room now. Like my photo walls are so personal to me, and my little podcast studio I think is so cute. My little set here I absolutely love, and I mean the way that my desk faces is a little unconventional, but I love how I can look out to my room from my desk. It's just a good time. I really like my room. It's just so comforting and soft, and I love being in bed. It's a good place. Okay, my second favorite place recently has been the gym, the entire establishment, not just the fitness center, because my gym includes also a lot of fitness classes and stuff. Absolutely love going to work out and going to exercise when I feel like it. I mean, I'm not the type of person, I feel like at some parts of my life, there were times when I was unhealthy about it, and I was like, you must go to the gym. Like, even if you don't feel like it, you have to go. And I was very obsessive about it, but I think more recently, these past like 2, maybe 1.5 years, my relationship with fitness has improved a lot and been a lot healthier. And now I listen to my body. You know, it's okay if you don't go to the gym every day. It's okay if you don't close your Apple Watch rings every single day. And just listening to your body makes it a lot more fun. But I've been really enjoying a lot of fitness classes, and just the group vibe I feel like is unmatched. That's why people do group fitness classes versus going to the gym. But yeah, it's been such a good place. And just like, I feel like also one reason I really like it is because people like recognize me now. Like a lot of the staff recognize me when they're checking the vaccine cards and all that stuff. So that's like good to know when you're like, oh, I come here so often that like people recognize me now. I'm like, wow, I'm such a good client. And I would say my last favorite place recently, I have kind of two that I'm teetering between. One would be the Life Sciences building at UBC. It's a beautiful building that I love to study in. It has skylights and just lets in the light so nicely. It's a great place to study. It's very open and bright. The other one that I was thinking about is when I open my car trunk and go and read, which is probably what I'm going to do this afternoon. I also love doing that. One of my favorite things to do. And it's just like such a good vibe, honestly. So those are my favorite places. My next category is going to be my favorite songs as of lately. I honestly, like I've said, I'm kind of getting sick of music though, just because I feel like I haven't been able to find songs that I absolutely love recently. But I actually have been listening to Honey's Honne's new album a lot, so I will share what I've been loving recently. So I still love Enemy by Imagine Dragons. I talked about it a couple podcasts ago, but I also love What Would You Do, the Lanesbrook edition, I believe is called. Let me see. Yeah, the What Would You Do, the Lanes, oh maybe it's Lanesboro. Let me see. I can't see the full title because it's too long. Oh, What Would You Do, the Lanesboro Session. My goodness. It's basically just like an acoustic version of What Would You Do, and it's a very, very good song, and I love the acoustic version. It's so calming and just nice to listen to. My third song, I would probably say, I'm trying to think of one that I haven't shared yet that I really like. Oh, 26 by Lauv. No, I think I shared that. My third favorite song, one song that I absolutely love. It's like literally one of my all-time favorites for my entire life is Jealous by Nick Jonas. I can never get over that song. It is so good. Love that song forever. Like honestly forever. I could listen to it at any time and like be down to listen to it and just love it. So good. Okay, next category is hobbies, my top 3 favorite hobbies. I don't know if this counts, but one of them would be content creation for sure. The whole process of it. One of my favorite things has been planning out my content calendar. It has been so much fun. I have a little calendar in my planner and I take little sticky notes and color code them depending on what platform I'm posting on and just write down what I'm posting and stuff like that. It's just so cute and like fun to organize. Love it so much. Content creation has definitely been one, making TikToks, making YouTube videos, editing. I've been really into editing again, which is very good because I have a love-hate relationship with it sometimes. But recently I feel like because I've kept my editing simpler and just more basic, it's good because sometimes I'm into like very simply edit things, but sometimes I'm also into like super overly edit stuff. I was actually watching an old vlog of mine yesterday. I don't do this often. I was just watching it for fun. And I was watching it and I realized like the editing was so over the top with like the jump cuts and like the Emma Chamberlain old style, you know, with all the like words and then like zooming in, zooming out, all this stuff. And now that I'm like, when I watch it back, I'm like, wow, that was me before, but that is definitely not me now. Like, I feel like I could not make that style right now and feel like it's authentic to me. I've definitely, I think, matured a lot in terms of my style and just like toned it down a lot more for sure, which is good. I really like that. Second favorite hobby is TikTok watching a hobby. I'm kidding. My second favorite hobby, let me think. I mean, like, other than working out, I study a lot. I haven't gone shopping recently, which I'm kind of feeling the itch to go shopping, but you know what my favorite hobby is recently? I would say self-care is one of my top favorite hobbies recently. And that just means like taking care of my hair, taking care of my skin, you know, making sure I pick cute outfits to make myself feel good, like all this kind of stuff. And not just physical appearance too, like taking care of myself by letting myself recharge. All the self-care things has been some of my favorite things to do. It's been really, really nice. And yeah, definitely self-care for sure. I feel like these past few weeks have been very self-care focused. Oh, my last favorite hobby is hanging out with friends. I don't do it a lot, but I really enjoy doing it when I do. I really like now that I can kind of really take this quality time to see my friends and check in with them. And it's been a very a lot of fun. I feel like I cannot talk. It's been a lot of fun. One thing that I'm doing before I graduate is I messaged all of my friends, or at least all of the friends that I want to see again, one last time to eat lunch together so that I can, hear about what's going on in their life and I can share what's going on in my life and just kind of have that closure before I graduate university. And it's not like I'll never see them again, but hopefully at least I can leave university with like the peace of mind of knowing what everyone is up to and knowing what people are doing. Because I'm really bad at texting people and I don't really like to, so I don't really text them like on a daily basis or anything. So I feel like having these lunches, hanging out with these people will be a good way to kind of wrap up this part of my relationship with them, like the college part, Okay, nice. My last category is going to be my favorite food. I was thinking about this one for so long and I don't even know what I want to answer. Like, should it be food that I cook? Should it be food that I buy? I don't know. Let me think. I've been really enjoying breakfast. I know that's not a specific food, but I guess the specific food would be this past week I've been making like little English muffin breakfast sandwiches with the English muffin, with some cream cheese, avocado, salami, and an egg. Absolutely delicious. Love it. Feel so energized after I go to the gym and before I go to class and stuff like that. That's like my second breakfast of the day usually. I typically have like a small breakfast at the very beginning of the day, which is just yogurt, but afterwards, if I go to the gym or whatever, I'll have a breakfast sandwich, which is so delicious. I've been loving it. My second favorite food recently, I've been really liking all dressed chips, Ruffles all dressed chips. I know they're like a Canada exclusive, so I'm sorry if you've never had one, but it is just so good. I love it so much. And my third favorite food, I think I'm going to say poke. Poke is always just one of my like favorite go-tos, and I think that's just because it's so good all the time, and it's like a mix of veggies, protein, carbs, and everything. You don't like, it's not only meat or only carbs or whatever. It has a mix of everything, which I really, really like. So yeah, poke is definitely like a constant all-time favorite for sure. Anyways, those are all of my favorites as of recently. Also some all-time favorites. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you follow the podcast Instagram at Overeasy the Podcast. You can follow on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Leave a rating if you would like. My personal Instagram is manny.lee. TikTok's manny.lee, YouTube is Manny Lee. There's also an Overeasy YouTube channel now if you didn't know. So there's a lot of places to find me. I will see you in my next episode. Bye.